going to be talking about conflict resolution, building better relationships. Conflict is what? It's just a way of life. You're going to be in conflict with someone sometimes throughout life, multiple times. But when we talk about conflict, it's a part of life. It just is. You're not going to agree with everyone. You're not going to connect with everyone. So we have to find ways to resolve conflict without creating new conflict. Because usually what happens is when we have conflict, when we don't connect with someone, we get into an argument, we have a conflict, and what happens? Something else springs off from it. So we have to learn how to understand that conflict is a part of life, and how do we resolve conflict to create a better relationship? Because conflict, a lot of times when we see or hear the word conflict, we think of confusion. There's going to be some chaos, somebody going to be saying some derogatory words, maybe an argument. But conflict comes so that you can identify the problem. That's the only reason that we have conflict. Conflict arises because there's a problem that needs to be solved. So today we're going to talk about conflict resolution and how to build a better relationship by using conflict, because we're going to have it anyway. It's going to happen anyway. With your boss, with your child, with your spouse, with your family members, with your mom, with the neighbors, with the person at Walmart, with the nasty cashier at Burger King or McDonald's. So you're going to have conflict. How do we resolve it? Conflict, the best way to resolve conflict is to learn how to talk, listen, and then you resolve. You talk, listen, and resolve. Now, most people say, well, we do that anyway. You talk when you have conflict. You listen to what they say. I don't know if it's going to be resolved, but we talk and we listen. So conflict is this. Conflict is a part of life. But well-managed conflict can produce benefits and positive changes, both in productivity and relationship. Communication skills, specifically the ability to communicate assertively, are among the best skills to acquire for dealing effectively with the demands of people, whether they are our employees, colleagues, managers, clients, or even our loved ones. So like I said before, it's just a part of life. We just got to learn how to use that conflict to make it work for us, basically. How do we make conflict work for us? Well, we can't talk about conflict without talking about words. Because what makes conflict? Words. The words that we choose. So we can't talk about conflict without we talking about words. Words create, they shape, they build, or they destroy. Words create, they shape, they build, or they destroy. I use this example a lot, especially when I do workshops. You're sitting in the chairs that you're sitting in because somebody used the words. We need to figure out something to sit on beside a rock or a stump. So words create. Words create. Joyce Myers, I use this a quote from her. She says, "Words are containers for power. You choose what kind of power they carry." Words are containers for power. But we have the ability to choose what type of power those words will carry. Now we said words create, they shape, they build, or they destroy. Adolf Hitler was notorious for getting people to follow him. But his words built something, but they also destroyed something. So our words have a lot of power. What type of power does your words carry as it relates to conflict? Words create happiness, sadness, hope, despair, joy, anger, healing, hurt, love, or resentment. Words are power. There is no conflict without words. There is no conflict without words. No conflict without words. So let's talk about what happens when we have conflict. Well, most of the time, when we have a conflict, most people react to conflict. Now, I have responding and reacting. And people say, well, what's the difference? What's the difference in a response or a reaction? Well, it's a big difference. Because what causes conflict to create new conflict is usually our reaction. Because reactions are rooted in our emotions and our behaviors. Because if someone says something and you feel offended, what's going to be your reaction? Most of the time, a defense it comes back with another defense. You're not going to come back with an offense. You're going to come back kind of defensive. So we react a lot of times, most of the times, to the words that we hear people say in the midst of conflict. And the reason we react to it because what? We feel a certain way. What's that term we say? I feel some type of way. We feel some type of way. So when we feel some type of way, we react to it. Whether it's we feel ashamed, we feel rejected, we feel belittled, whatever that is, we usually react to it. And reactions are rooted in, like I said, our emotions. Our emotions drives our behaviors. When we react in conflict, we just cause new problems. How many times have we been in disagreement with someone or conflict with someone, and they said something, you said something, and the next thing you know, it went from a little small pebble to a big rock. And at the end of it, you don't even, what you're arguing about at the end wasn't what started the argument. All because of reacting. It all comes from reacting. Well, if we're going to take conflict and learn how to resolve it and build better relationships, we have to learn how to respond. Now, that's not something that we're taught. We're taught to react. That's just a part. That's innate. If you hit me, I hit you back. That's a reaction. If you say something mean to me, I say something mean back to you. So we're taught to react. So we have to train ourselves to respond.